must understand the meaning of this. You must understand the meaning of entrepreneur. Who is an entrepreneur? You must be able to understand that. If you are not, you are unable to understand the meaning and the characteristics of an entrepreneur, then it will be very difficult for you now. It will be very difficult for you to understand the things that are yet to come. So you need to understand when people say the life of an entrepreneur. What is the life of who is an entrepreneur? We are also live on YouTube and KM Radio, TikTok, KFM Radio, and YouTube. So you need to understand characteristics of an entrepreneur, the meaning of entrepreneur, and what? The types of entrepreneur and the importance. These 4 things, they must be in you. Now, the concept of entrepreneur, we talk about the entrepreneurship is the ability and readiness to develop. Entrepreneurship is the ability and readiness to develop. To develop what? Whatever that you have come, whatever that you have prepared, it should be the readiness to develop. Of just started and you expect God to be with you. You expect God to move with you, to do different kinds of things in your life. You have to. This is the high time. This is the high time for you now. This is the high time for you. You must be ready. You must be able to understand when God is speaking to you. You must be ready to develop. 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 We said entrepreneurship is the ability and readiness to develop, organize, and run a business, enterprises, along with any of its uncertainties. So in order to make a profit, the most prominent example of entrepreneurship is the starting of new business. Starting of a new business. Number 1, in economics, entrepreneurship connected with land. Land. Do not pray with land. Land. Wherever you are, just say land. In economics, entrepreneurship connected with land. So do not say, no, I don't have money to start a business. I don't have the ABCD. No, you can start with what? Land. As long as if you have somewhere to stay, you have a land, you have a place where you can put a seed. You have somewhere where you can plant. You start with what? Land. So it has to do with what? Land. You start with land first. Before even you do any other things, you start with land. So land, it is a cardinal thing. It is a very important thing. Land. So we talked about land. So we say it is connected with land, labor, how you work, how you sweat, how do you do things. So land. If you want to become a successful entrepreneur, you have to labor. You should have a land, nature, resources, and capital can generate a profit. So these things, we talked about land, labor, nature, resources, and capital. Those are things that can, 4 things. Remember on top we talked about the meaning, types of entrepreneur, characteristics, and the importance. So these are the 4 things that we should look at. These are 4 things that we should look at. So becoming a successful entrepreneur, it does not require a lot of money. It does not require a lot of huge amount of money. Whatever small amount that you have, if you have a piece of land, you have just a capital, a small capital, you are good to go. Because a successful entrepreneur, we talk about, you must be able to understand the meaning of entrepreneur. You must know the types of an entrepreneurship. You must be able to know the characteristics of entrepreneur you are. You must be able to understand the importance of entrepreneur. So you must have a land, labor, your energy, natural resources, and the capital. Those are the things that can generate your profit. So the entrepreneurial vision is defined by discovery and risk taking. You should not be scared of taking a risk. If they say maybe this year there will be no rain, but you feel like, no, I want to plant, there will be no rain. Imagine there will be no rain. But as an entrepreneur, you risk, you buy seed, you plant your seed, and other people, they are saying there is no rain. It is now your turn. If the rain comes, you win. So risk taking. So you know that there is no rain, but you plant. You are going to engage what? Labor, watering your gardens, and do other things. So, and in this disparable part of a nation's capacity to succeed is an ever-changing and more competitive global marketplace. Global marketplace. So sometimes we should not underrate ourselves. We should not underrate ourselves. Instead, we should value ourselves. Value yourself. How do you know yourself? Value yourself. And as you value yourself, you'll be able even to see. You'll be able to see. What is important is for you to see. It's for you to see what is happening around you. What is happening around you? If you are able to see what is happening around you, then you are good to go. Why? Because you have prepared your surrounding. You have prepared your surrounding. When you prepare your surroundings as a Christian, then you are good to go. Because the life of an entrepreneur is a life of risk. Becoming a Christian, it is a risk. Because you're going to avoid certain things that you used to do in your life. So you have to leave all those things that are visible to your spiritual eyes and determines the things that are spiritual, things that are invisible, things that you are not able to see with your physical eyes. It is a risk. It is a risk. It is a risk. It is a risk. Now, let's go to the meaning of an entrepreneur. The entrepreneur is defined as someone who has the ability and desire to establish, administer, and succeed in a startup venture along with risk entitled to do it. To make profits, the best succeed in a startup venture along with risk entitled to it. To make profits, the best succeed in the best example of entrepreneurship is the starting of a new business venture. The entrepreneurs are often known as a source of new ideas or innovators, and brings new ideas in the market by replacing old with a new inventions. It can be classified into small or home business to multinations companies. In economics, the profit that an entrepreneur makes is with combinations of land, natural resources and labor, and also a capital. Capital. Are you an entrepreneur? Do you wish to become an entrepreneur? Are you scared of taking a risk? So it can be classified into small or home business to multinational companies. In economics, the profits that an entrepreneur makes is with a combination of land, natural resources, labor, and capital. Labor and capital. So these are the things that we have to look at. We must be able to look at the life of an entrepreneur. This is the good time now for you to look at this life. The life of an entrepreneur, it will take you somewhere else. It will take you somewhere else. It will take you somewhere else. In a nutshell, anyone who has the will and the determination to start a new company and deals with all the risk that go with it can become an entrepreneur. Can become an entrepreneur. So becoming an entrepreneur, it takes you to accept what? Risk. So now we are done with the meaning of entrepreneur. We are done with the meaning of entrepreneur. Now let's go on number 2. What are the four types of entrepreneurship? So we'll talk about the 4 types of entrepreneur for now. We'll talk about 4 types of entrepreneur. 4 types of entrepreneur. So in these 4 types of entrepreneur, we are going to see different things. So I'm going to venture much on these 4 types of entrepreneur so that we understand and you'll be able to discover yourself. Where are you falling from? Where are you falling from? You'll be able to understand where you are falling from. Where are you falling from? If you are unable to identify where you are falling from,